Hey! So we got dramatic irony. This is the second video, part two, just to look at some specific text. Super duper quick review. Dramatic irony is when you, the audience, are in on the secret. You know what the characters do not, right? And it creates suspense, it creates humor, and it creates an extra note of drama and whatever it is you happen to be enjoying play, movie, whatever, right? We know what Snow White doesn't, and as a result, our experience of the play or the movie is heightened. We know that all the characters are going to die except for Mr. Frank. That heightens our experience of the play. So let's take a close look at the end of Act One. So there has just been a break in downstairs. And a thief is going to go to the Green Police. This is after he leaves and say, "Oh, now, when we get those ellipses, when we get an ellipse or an ellipsis if there's more than one, that's a moment for the character to, show how anxious they are or think or be interrupted, right? But it's also a moment for the audience to go, oh, yeah, and to think of the consequences of what are happening in light of the knowledge that we have that the characters don't. So we're thinking, yeah, this thief is probably the end of, safety here. I was robbing a place the other night and I heard a noise up over my head. You think a thief is going to do that? Dussel. Yes, I think he will. You're crazy, says Mrs. Van Daan. She stumbles back to her seat at the table and follows protectively, pushing Dussel aside. By the way, we read this a little bit differently. We go, yeah, Dussel is right, even though Dussel can sometimes be a bit much, we'll say. I think someday he'll be caught and then he'll make a bargain with the Green Police. Time for the audience to think about dramatic irony. Oh, conditional sentence alert. If they'll let him off, he'll tell them where some Jews are hiding. He goes into the bedroom. There's a second of appalled silence. And once again, the machinery of dramatic irony is clicking away here, right? The appalled silence is the characters reflecting on what the audience knows from the beginning of the play. He's right, says Mr. Van Daan. Father, let's get out of here. We can't stay here now. Let's go. Go where? Yes, where? Have we lost all faith? Right? So, at the beginning of the play, Mr. Frank has lost all faith. Burned them, he says, right? Then we go back in time. All courage. A moment ago, we thought that they'd come for us. We were sure it was the end, but it wasn't the end. We're alive. We're safe. Right? Here comes some of the larger themes. And as a result of dramatic irony, we, the audience, get them kind of double underlined, right? We get these situations are in sharper relief for us. So we thank thee, O Lord, that in thy infinite mercy thou hast again seen fit to spare us. He blows out the candle and turns to Anne. Come on, Anne, the song. Let's have the song. He starts to sing, and Anne starts falteringly to sing as Mr. Frank urges her on. Her voice is hardly audible at first. O Hanukkah, the sweet celebration. Around the feast we gather in complete jubilation. Happiest of seasons now is here. Many are the reasons for good cheer. Together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring, right? Well, if that's not an example of dramatic irony, I do not know what is, right? Whatever tomorrow will bring. We know what tomorrow will bring. We do. We know for a fact. However, this moment gets us pathos. We feel bad for the characters, right? It still somehow magically gives us hope, even though we know that they're all going to die as a result of the Holocaust, right? So this is a key moment of dramatic irony, a masterful use of it, and really one of the best, most memorable parts of the play. in the end of Act One. So good luck on this little assessment you're taking. I hope this helps with a close reading of how to think, line for line, how dramatic irony is being employed and what it does for the play. All right.